All right, hello and welcome to this weather update. It is a little after 8 p.m. on May 3rd, 2019, and it's a pretty dreary day across the island today. We're mainly in the mid 50s, some drizzle around, and there was actually some showers around earlier. We're going to show you that. As we go into Jersey, it's still even cool there, but the heat is building just to the west, and they're going to get into that tomorrow. Hopefully, maybe not us. But I do want to take you back. We're going to take you back to around 3 p.m. We had this line of showers move through, and these were actually quite intense. So this was a line of showers right over here, an area of showers right over here. Really heavy rain here fell across, looks like Brooklyn, and then that wound up making its way, looks like Brooklyn, Central Queens, and then that wound up making its way toward into our area here. And we had some heavy downpours as well. Let's see if I can move this a little more. So you can see here, central Nassau was affected by these heavy downpours as well. They moved all across central Nassau, Mineola, New Hyde Park. But the North Shore stayed dry. They never got into any of the rain. This just affected the middle of the island, and then it moved on and moved eastward, and kind of just got weaker as it moved eastward. Really didn't hold together for Suffolk County, but it was quite an intense shower that developed over here and then moved over central Nassau County. And I'm kind of curious to see if we can get some reports on Wonderground about that shower. So let's go and look right now at it and see if we can get some weather reports from some stations where that shower hit. Actually, I think I can change this to precipitation. So it show you where the rain fell. Oh, and you can clearly see where that shower did hit. So see not much rain on the North Shore, not much rain on the South Shore. But if you go and you look at the middle of the island here, as soon as this slowly loads, you'll see almost a half an inch here, half an inch here. So definitely put down a good half-inch of rain, that particularly heavy shower. And I'm curious to see the city if they got any more. Just around a half. Yeah, not as much over there. So it seemed like the cell reached its peak right over the middle of Nassau County. Yeah, this you could clearly see on this where the rain has fallen. All right. Looking at the satellite, you know the deal. We're stuck in the clouds. Let me move this over here. We are stuck in the clouds. Oh, it's an interesting feature over here. Almost looks somewhat tropical. We'll have to look at that in a minute. And we got to talk about what's going on in India too. So we've got a lot to talk about in this weather update. You can see the clouds here, a very thick area of clouds over us, and you can see some convection over here too on this satellite as well, which probably means more thunderstorms forming. So if we go and we look to the west over central Pennsylvania, we'll probably see, oh yeah. So this is heading our way for later tonight. This looks pretty heavy, and this is associated with the warmer and more humid air that will be, unfortunately, moving back into the picture by tomorrow, especially for folks in the hot state of New Jersey. So let's go and look at the models. Let's see the kind of pattern we're going to be dealing with right now. So you got that ridge, you got the stuck backdoor front, and we're going to be playing with this for a while. You see one system over there, chance of showers tomorrow, and then a really good chance of heavier rain, possibly Sunday morning. Then a break Monday, and then Tuesday it looks like rain moves back into the picture. It looks like we got the same thing going on again. Stall front syndrome Thursday. And when are we going to get out of this? You know, it just maybe by next weekend, maybe. Every run is different, so there's no consistency to these runs. But what we can do is look at the jet stream and take a look at that and kind of get an idea of the jet stream here to show you what the issue is here again. So what we have here is this ridge in the east, which has been plaguing us for a while now, and it just becomes like a weak zonal flow, but generally just lots of ridging in the east still being a problem. Most of the action and most of the troughiness is out west. Of course, they're getting the trough and the drier air, and we keep getting stuck in this tropical conveyor belt that we keep seeing. So that's the problem we have right now with the current pattern, and it stinks. It stinks. It really does. So let's go a little closer into our region, and let's take a look and see what's going to be happening with the temperatures at the surface as we go into tomorrow. So as we head into your Saturday, we see temperatures rise up to, looks like, into the 60s. So we see rise in temperatures. And then on Sunday, it probably drops back down again a little bit. Yep, drops back down over Long Island. It's like this backdoor front has been stalled over us and just keeps moving back and forth. The fact that those showers we had earlier were just, from the front being in the vicinity of the area. So we can get this front through hopefully Monday and maybe get a dry, clearer, sunnier day. We'll see. Temperatures do come up on Monday. Tuesday, it's even warmer. And then we see another situation like what we're dealing with, a backdoor front Wednesday and Thursday, another backdoor front, and probably clouds and showers in the picture. So I'm not going to go beyond that. We can go beyond a little bit. No dramatic heat ups in the forecast. That's the only good news about these backdoor fronts. At least it's keeping the heat that's plaguing most of the mid-Atlantic away from us. That's the good news. So we'll go and look at the dew points next. And you can see today we have low dew points, though it is very damp out there. The dew points do come up tomorrow. More so over New Jersey than over us. It's just still maybe slightly humid tomorrow, but not too bad. But New Jersey, definitely going to be worse for them. For Sunday, you can see there's a storm. You can see it right there. We've got to talk about that too. Sunday, that's the storm that's going to bring us the rain Sunday morning. And then Monday we have dry air. Tuesday, maybe a little more humidity, but more or less the worst of the humidity also stays away from us as well, which is also good. Now we'll shift over to the clouds. When are we going to see some clear skies? I know, right? This has been really dreary. So tomorrow, obviously, we're stuck in the clouds. Sunday, stuck in the clouds. Monday, we do get out of it, but more clouds roll in. Tuesday, more clouds. So no clear day. No clear day Wednesday. No clear day Thursday, Friday. We are just stuck in the clouds. And when are we going to get out of this already? Now we're going into mid-May already. Yeah, it's kind of typical in April to have a lot of cloudy days, but not in May. But again, it's all because of stalled front syndrome, and that's all due to climate change. That's why we're seeing this, with all these clouds. Let's change models now. Let's go over to the NAM model. And see what that brings. So there might be a few breaks in the clouds tomorrow afternoon. Then Sunday we're right back into the clouds. There's that storm system, and there's just no, that ridge is just so hard to get rid of it. We can't seem to get the dry northwest flow into our area. You're either with the tropical flow. Basically, what you have here is a war between the tropical flow and the maritime polar flow that's coming in from this direction, from the northeast. So you just have a front that's just sitting over our area constantly. So let's go and look at the precipitation and see what precipitation we're going to have. So you can see scattered showers in our area tomorrow. Could be some scattered showers moving through in the afternoon, again similar to what we had today. And then a little bit of a break, but again with this front in the vicinity, and then more rain for Sunday. It just looks like the worst of that rain though misses us according to the NAM. But yeah, it's just a sucky pattern. I don't know. We have to get through this weekend, and then we can look to next week and see maybe when we can get some clear. It looked like Monday or Tuesday would be our best shot, but right now you can see there's still a lot of clouds around. We can't seem to get rid of these clouds. This is the issue that we're having. Now, just out of curiosity, just to torture ourselves, let's see what the sky conditions will be in Flagstaff this weekend. I'm sure they'll be nice. Let's see, Flagstaff is over here. Yeah, a lot less clouds. A few clouds, but not like here. Because it's all because of the pattern that we're in. This weather pattern that we're in is just terrible. It's terrible. What can I say? Let's look at the GFS and see what it has for the GFS as for that area as well. Looks like they have some clouds too. It's not like it's going to be clear all the time, but it's not like here. But there's a lot more clouds in general across North America than there should be in general, because of the climate change and also because of El Nino, which is what we're going to get to next. All right, so speaking of El Nino, we're looking at it right here. Here is that classic warming in the Central Pacific, still going strong, and this is a big reason why our weather patterns are messed up, and just the anomalously warm ocean water all around. But this is a big reason why. And El Nino always seems to put our climate into a wetter, cloudier pattern in the United States in general. It sucks, but we still have this anomaly offshore here, this huge area of anomalously hot water still offshore here. And this is kind of weird. What is this circular thing here around Bermuda? That's kind of a weird feature. I don't know. It might just be a issue with the computer. But you'll also notice there's a lot of cold water now that's showing up here. And this is all due to ice melt. So this cold water that you're seeing here, this is all due to ice melt. So there's a lot of ice that's now melting in Greenland, and that's cold water. It's flowing in. It's slowing down the Gulf Stream, which is part of the reason why the Gulf Stream's kind of like just sitting here. It's slowing it down. And so you have this literally interesting little area here where the two areas collide right here, which is kind of interesting right here. So you have one area that's quite below normal. Yeah, area that's water temperatures are 10 degrees Fahrenheit below normal, and then another area where the temperature is 8 degrees Fahrenheit above normal. So it's a very interesting little area here, and I'll explain to you what's going on. So let's go look at the actual sea surface temperature and change this. So in this warm area here, water temperature is near 70. Look at how far we have water temperatures up near 70 degrees, which is crazy. But then if you go a little bit to the north, water temperatures are only 34, so just above freezing in this area. So very cold water temperatures due to ice melt. All right, so when we speak of the ice, we're going to look at the Arctic sea ice analysis. And unfortunately, rapid ice loss in early April is leading to a new record low. So April reached a new record low Arctic a record Arctic low sea ice extent. Sea ice was rapid in the beginning of the month. All right, so let's take a look at some of these maps here. I'll show you the sea ice loss. And you see it's melting quite quickly here. Look at this. This is going to all melt very quickly. And we're going to come close possibly to blue ocean event, in a number of months here because we have a very rapidly melting ice. The Earth is warmer than it's ever been. And it's a very disturbing situation, very scary situation. People should be upset. People don't seem to be too upset about it. And the consequences of this, unfortunately, is if we go and we look at our MODIS satellite, which is over here, you can see first of all we have this like area that almost looks like a tropical. I think it's going to be a bad tropical season, and the thing is, I don't think they're going to be coming from Cape Verde because El Nino has a tendency to kind of quiet Cape Verde storms down. But I think this area here, and this is going to be an active area off the southeast coast. And God help us if whatever forms comes right up the east coast instead of out to sea, because we got that damn ridge there. So we have to be careful of that. Very just scary times we live in here with the weather. But the other thing that I want to look at, speaking of scary, is we're going to go and look at Cyclone Fani. Here it is. So this is Cyclone Fani. It's devastating India right now, and it's heading to Bangladesh. There's going to be lots and lots of casualties. This is a very heavily populated area. This was a Category 4. So if we go back, this was a Category 4 cyclone. If we go back to yesterday, you'll see here it is yesterday. This is a Category 4 cyclone. All right, and it impacted this whole area, India, and it's heading toward Bangladesh. I don't know if I said Pakistan by mistake. If I did, forgive me. But this is all heading toward Bangladesh. So this is a very serious situation that is going on here with this cyclone. Very intense Category 4 cyclone. It's a cyclone. That's what they call them in this area. But it's huge. It's a huge storm. The oceans are warmer than normal. They're fueling these monster storms. And everybody who lives along the coast has to be afraid of this. This is really a serious, and they've had record heat in this area too, and that heat is just fueling these storms. And if we go and we look at Cyclone Fani right now on this map, we can actually add some layers here, I think. But this is where it is right now. It doesn't seem to show us the zoom to area. I don't know if it's going to show us the actual storm information. So right now, severity, it looks like it's down to category 1. Yeah, category 1 now. Alright, so it was down, but yesterday, if we can get that information. Oh, it doesn't provide us with yesterday's information. Yesterday it was up to like category 4. It was almost a category 5 cyclone. We can look at it on earthnullschool.net, which I guess is what we're going to do. So let's go and look at that right now. Look at this intense. I mean, this is going to be a very bad tropical season. I'm dreading it. I'm dreading it. I'm already like thinking, what if a storm like that hits us? You know, it's game over. It is game over. So this is where the storm formed, and you take a look at some of these water temperatures. You have 84, 85. Well, easy enough to support a hurricane. 87. All right. So these are the water temperatures. Let's go and shift it over to anomalies. Now the ocean temperatures have cooled off because of the hurricane being here. So you can see it's kind of cooled off the ocean. So we'll have to go back a couple of days here and look and see what it was like before the storm, because the hurricane actually, this is how the ocean transfers heat. No, that's not what I wanted to just do one day. All right, so this is what it was before. So this is how the ocean transfers heat. So you can see you had some really big anomalies here, and you know, the ocean transfers. You got big anomalies here. There's a lot more red on this map than there is blue, and that's a big concern. So now we're going to go and look at the waves, and we'll go, let's see what date we're at, 501. We want to go up to 503. Let's see, we want to go, the current one is the one I want, so we have to, let's see if it shows, the storm shows up on here. If not, I'll look at Ventusky. Yeah, you can sort of see it here. It doesn't show up. There was. We're trying to get the current observation on the waves here, if I can. You know what? We'll just restart Earth and nullschool.net and get the correct information, because just restart it and look at it again. All right, so actually shows the storm right here. Here it is. So we're looking at the winds. So this shows the winds right now, the surface winds. Alright. So you can see it'll tell you the winds, 50 kilometers an hour. This over here, 50 kilometers an hour. So it's weakened substantially, but it's bringing a lot of rain and a lot of flooding. Alright, but if we go back, I want to go back a day. Yes, let's go back a day to last night. And this is what it looked like last night. Look at the winds here. So last night you had, look at those wind speeds. Let's change that to miles per hour. Is that a mile an hour? Yeah, we go 102 miles an hour. It's going to be a little higher than that probably. But this is a very strong storm, so you can see, and it has a big eye too again. A big eye. So you can see as it's making landfall, this is what people were dealing with here. And that's just that's just the sustained winds, not the gusts, of course. And we're gonna go and take a look at the waves, and take a look at these high waves that were being generated from the storm. So if we change this to feet, 41 feet. So 42 feet waves. Imagine the storm surge that's coming into these areas here. It's just complete devastation. It really is. It's not a local thing, but you know what? This could be us. This could be us, and it's a devastating thing. And pray for the people over there in the eastern part of India, as well as Bangladesh, because this is not a good situation at all. So the last thing that we're going to look at is our climate for the month, our April climate report. So let's go to local past weather. We're going to look at the monthly climate report for Central Park for April. Let's see if I can get one for April. Yeah, this is the one for April. So let's look at this. Where did it go? All right, let's look at this. So, all right. So, it didn't look like we had any records, but we were above normal in Central Park by about 2 degrees for April. All right, and the minimum was almost 3 degrees above normal. So we were 2.5 degrees above normal in Central Park for April. All right. The precipitation, 4.55. Actually, we were very close to the normal value, despite all the rainy days we had. It was actually rainier last year in April. And you can see we hardly had any sunny days. Days with number of days with rain, 22. So we had a lot of days with rain. You know, I could pick another one. We'll get Islip. All right, so Islip was also above normal by about 2 degrees on the high, and the minimum was actually 4 degrees above normal. So we were almost 3 degrees above normal in the mean. Precipitation, 5.95. Islip was above normal by about an inch, 4.34. So kind of a wet month, and we continue into the same pattern that we're dealing with now. But we do pray for all the people in India, and Eastern India, and in Bangladesh that are dealing with this disaster, and the season is just getting started. This is the thing that I'm most afraid of with climate change, is these hurricanes and tropical storms getting worse. This is what happens when you have warmer oceans. This is how they release their energy, and I think it's going to be a bad season. So I want to thank you for watching, and have a good night.